Welcome back to the Custom Daytona series, guys. This is a series where we take this beautiful, brand new 2017 Triumph Daytona 675R, customize it with your support, and then give it away when we're finished. If you'd like to be a part of the series, head on over to patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It'll be the first link in the description below or right here on the screen. Today's going to be a good episode. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing just yet, so stick around. Welcome to episode 2. So before we get started with this episode, I actually have some good news. I chatted with Cars Performance, who is the company that did the tune for the 959. His name's Jason. He actually said we can break in this bike on the dyno in about 10 to 15 miles. He said it's better for the engine and it's actually just a better process overall. And then after that, we can take it straight to Triumph and then have the first service done. So the new owner will have a broken in bike that's fully serviced with the first service, and then we can also get an initial dyno number, horsepower, and then once we do all the modifications performance-wise, then we can
I'm so sorry. You said do whatever.
do whatever besides that. But once we have the break-in done, we can get an initial horsepower number on the dyno, and then we can do all the performance mods and then do the horsepower numbers afterwards. So that's really good news. I'm super excited about that, and the patrons are really happy as well. So in today's episode, we're going to start working on the front end. One of the things I want to do right away is I cannot stand yellow bulbs on like nice premium motorcycles. So actually one of the patrons linked these. They're from Super Bright LED. They are H7 bulbs. This is actually a direct plug and play, and we're going to be using these for both the high and the low beam. And then we actually ordered like $2,000 or $3,000 worth of parts over the past week or so. We got full crash protection from EvaTech Performance. So we got radiator guard along with the oil guard along the bottom. We got full what are these things called? Axle sliders for front and rear. And then we also got no-cut frame sliders. So that's a full no-cut frame slider kit. So the bike's going to be completely protected in case, you know, something happens, the new owner drops it or whatever, God forbid. We also got we ordered a bunch of Triumph parts, but the only ones they had in the shop were the rear sets. So look how badass these rear sets are. Super adjustable, all kinds of adjustments. You can put these all over in different places. They also came with some beautiful carbon fiber heel guards that will match the other carbon fiber on the bike, and I'm really excited about those. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming, guys. This bike's going to be incredible when we are finished. So I actually forgot, we also got the windscreen. We got the SR stock replacement.
As Dad always does.
It turns everything into a helmet. No, but we went with the zero gravity stock replacement in light smoke because I know a lot of people like to track these bikes.
You can still see.
Dado picked up a new super badass track bike, the Vespa Sport. Do you know what year this is?
I have no idea. I just got it.
You traded should I tell him what you traded for it?
Yeah, I traded one of my BSA frames for this. Well, the guy was supposed to buy it, and he's like, "Hey man, would you take trades?" I'm like, "Eh." He's like, "I got a Vespa. I'll take it."
I'll take it. All right, so we're gonna start off with the headlights, since I think that might be the most challenging, depending whether or not we can fit those heat sinks somewhere in here. So all you have to do to get to the headlights is apparently just remove this right here. 1 bolt, which is pretty insane considering what we had to do with the Ducati. So that should allow us to just shimmy this thing free, and then we'll have access to the headlights. So that's what we're gonna do right meow. Mag mats. Oh yeah, so guys, MagPro actually created another code for you guys. So magpro.shop, They're now another official sponsor of the series. You can use Daytona at checkout. I'll put it up on the screen right here for 15% off anything you order from them. It's a wonderful company. Everything's made in America, and actually they're working on something special for us, aren't they?
Actually, something special for this bike specific.
For this bike specific, so.
And whoever ends up with this motorcycle will end up
with that as well. So stay tuned for that. It's very cool. Thank you, MagPro. Check them out. They're awesome. All right, so we pulled the carbon piece out. Basically, you just had to pull it kind of like this motion right here, and it pops out. Doesn't sound good, but we got it out. Look how cool that looks, though. So they obviously shined up that side. Show them the back. That's what carbon.
Yep, that's all the resin, and then they put extra support on some areas. It's freaking light.
Wow. So do we have access to the light? Yeah, it's right there.
We might have access to the light. Wow.
Wow.
Would you look at that?
This is what happens after you do a Ducati. Everything's easy. This is the only thing that teens is good for. Pumping. How about it, babe?
Leg workout.
Dotto's about to get his big
good.
sausage fingers in there and see if he can pull out the light. What do you think? We're not sure if those other bulbs are going to fit in there.
Angle.
What?
Look at him move.
What, him pulling it out?
Yeah.
Look at him move.
Don't ever pull out though, kids.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's a drop.
Done. There's the little bulb.
So
We'll
small.
keep those in case the new owner wants them. Okay, so Dotto got the bulb in there. We're going to make sure that it works first, so we have to turn the bike on, unfortunately.
Put the hiding on.
So that's the new one, which looks amazing. And then high beam. Look at the difference, dude. Wow. That's crazy. You good? Okay, so the issue with LEDs is that they have that big ass heat sink, and this has to fit over top the lights to seal it so they don't get water and shit in there. So Dotto's gonna have to try and work his sausage finger magic in there to wrap all these cords around in there and get it so that we can put that thing back on. Do you think you'll be able to get that in there? It's gonna be tight, but
It's gonna be all right.
yeah. Okay, so we pulled the light back out just so we can show you guys what's going on. Yeah, so that whole thing has to clip all the way around the light and then into that other side over there. So I'm not sure if that is even gonna be possible. I personally think it's gonna be fine if we just have it all in there and tucked in there and then that thing pushed up against it. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not like there's all that other room. Yeah.
I like your idea, but it's awful.
So we're struggling a little bit with getting the last clip to clip on back there. I was joking about leaving that off. But we're having some issues with fitting our big sausage fingers in there. So we're gonna pull up this windscreen since we're gonna be replacing that anyway. And teens wanted to start wrenching, so I figured, hey,
Hey, it was my idea.
get to
I'm
work,
trying to help
woman.
Dotto.
Help me out, teens. I need some help here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come out. There you go. Nice. Of course. Looks like a beard. Well, I gotta say, that's a lot easier than the Daytona or the Triumph.
Wow, would you look at that?
The Ducati. Remember the Ducati? We had to take the whole bike apart to get the fucking windscreen off. Well, that's because somebody dropped a grommet inside the bike.
Dude, that bike was messed up.
Oh, it was true.
So.
I don't know what that
This one came with grommets.
I don't know what that even means.
And they didn't
Yeah, and they're
fall.
actually in.
So Dotto realized. What did you realize?
This running light that's up front is like
Still yellow.
yellow AF.
Yeah.
And I said it's either in 194 or 192, and I was right. It's that style bulb. And our local auto parts store actually sells Hyper LED
Perfect.
in white. I bought a set for my license plate light, and they are amazing. So we're going to be replacing that as well.
You gotta know.
So Teens is back doing Teens work over here, swapping grommets.
But
from the
these are a
factory.
lot easier than
The Ducati.
the Ducati ones.
So far, everything's
Look
been
at that.
Yeah, everything's
In
been a
already.
lot easier.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
Well,
a brand
because
new
that guy
bike.
didn't take care of the.
Yeah, this was a brand new bike, so people didn't screw things up
Exactly.
as much. But that's pretty simple. It's just 2 on this. Remember, there's like 6 or
Well,
8
the other
on
ones
the
are
Ducati.
still in. They're
Yeah, I
all
know,
in
but
there.
remember how many screws were on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ducati windscreen? It was ridiculous.
Another reason why they're a pain in the ass.
So the next thing we're doing is removing these ridiculous reflectors. And Dotto actually noticed that they were hand tightened. So I don't know, we'll have to try to figure out, should we just put the screw right back in there so it doesn't have like a loose...
Yeah, well, this comes with a spacer to
Yeah.
put these out a little bit more. So I will have to try and get something that matches
Yeah,
these
perfect.
to put in here because these are going to be too long.
Oh, are they? They won't stick out that far, will it?
Yeah. So I'll find.
We have some somewhere, right?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
So,
All right, so we took the reflectors out, but we needed different bolts, and I didn't want the bolts to look different. So I found some machine bolts that matched the length and everything in the style. They're actually from an R1, but we put them on and they look beautiful and they match top and bottom, same thread pitch and everything. So now it looks beautiful.
And it gains some horsepower.
And it gained 50 horse because they're Yamaha bolts. All right, so the driving light was easily accessible, and here's the bulb for it. I was telling Jarrett this consumes 5 watts, and the new LED 6000K super bright white bulb to replace it is 0.7 watts of consumption.
That's
Plus
awesome.
It's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that in while we're in there, clean up the whole front end, and we're going to have to modify those LEDs, so stay tuned.
So there's the super bright. That looks so much better. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's gonna match. They're all gonna match, and it's gonna look so good after we do some fabrication. So I actually forgot to film it because we were in some intense stuff going on right here, but we got it all back in there, packed in there, nice and tight, and it all fits, and it's locked in, and the light works. We'll show you what we had to do on the other side, so stay tuned. Look at this idiot. Here's Dotto on his new Vespa. Look how big he is on it. Dude, there's no way that thing would carry you down the road. Look. Hey. Hey, I bet my Gixxer 600 could beat you on that, finally.
show them how it shifts gear.
I doubt that too.
It shifts the gears over here. You twist the whole damn thing. Look. That is ridiculous. Look how unsafe that is. Oh, and I love parents that are like, no, it's okay for my son to ride a Vespa, but don't get a bike. This thing is so much more unsafe. I guarantee that.
Dude,
People wear flip-flops.
But here's the thing. You can just legitimately stand and ride it.
Put that thing away. Look at that, guys. She cooks and she wrenches. Pretty soon she's gonna put me out of business. As soon as she gets good at riding.
Hey. Whoa.
Actually,
Oh, I am good at riding.
Whoa, I am.
What do you have?
she's wrenching, she's putting me out of business. If she's watching football and drinking beer, she's putting you out of business.
Oh, burn. I'm taking the bulb out because I'm so much better
Hey,
than Dotto.
things have reversed. You're working and Dotto's eating.
All right, so to explain what we had to do, the heatsink is huge and it has to fit in this entire assembly. So we loosened the screw that holds this clamp that also holds this clip that holds the bulb in there. And by loosening it up, we were able to move this down so this can reach a lot easier to hook in. There's a pain on the other side. Also, with the heatsink and the LED in there, this harness here has this plastic connector at the end of it, and it's huge, and it does not fit in there. So we had to undo these 2 pins and wire it directly and make sure it's sealed up and all the wires fit around here. It's a tight fit, but everything works, and the heatsink is still on there so that bulb will not burn out.
Yeah.
So-
And they're super bright. They're better than just a factory replacement bulb, so it's going to be a lot brighter and a lot better. So that's what he did. He just pulled off that plastic part, and now you got those 2 connectors. You can plug those straight in, and then you use electrical tape to make it all look good, and you snug it all back in there. It's me, I'm Mario. Look at those big Sasha's fingers. Go to work. Just wrap it in with electrical tape, just to be safe. So there's a completed light fixture. Everything's in. That little clip is in there. All the wiring's tucked in, and now all we have to do is put the enclosure on it, and we'll be bright as rain. Would you just look at it? Both lights are in. We didn't put the piece on yet. We're gonna check and make sure that it works. So running light, super bright, beautiful. Low beam, high beam. Look at that. Oh my God. We just pumped this fucking thing. Dozy, how's the paperwork going in there? Look at him. We just go straight to laying down.
Lay down, buddy. Come.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
Hi, YouTube.
Nia's
Hi,
a Nissan
YouTube.
fan.
Look at her. She drives a Nissan. A Nismo.
Yeah, I do.
A Nismo. So.
I'm not going ahead.
What? Okay. All right.
Before and after.
Yeah. So
Based on this, I'd say it's about, Dotto, 70% lighter.
you're missing a lot of things here. No, just hold those up.
Where'd you get those numbers?
This is the stock.
I don't
This is
know.
the stock one. Look how thick that is compared to the. Yeah, there you go. Look at the thickness difference, and it definitely weighs a lot lighter. I'd say at least
You can
15,
still
20
see
pounds. I'd say 20-pound weight loss.
20 pounds. Sounds right. Sounds about right.
Yeah, in her bra. All right, so putting on the new windscreen. It actually just kind of slides on down in there. You got to shimmy it, nice and easy. But man, is it easier to do than the freaking Ducati one was. No joke, the Ducati one took us like 8 hours to do. Never mind, it doesn't fit. Cut.
Sorry.
Look at teens wrenching more shit. She thinks she's all hot shit, doesn't she?
Oh my god.
Look at her. How's it going, teens? God. Wow, that looks good.
Was it?
Oh my lord, yeah. Looks so good with the black.
Yeah.
Woo-wee! Would you just look at it? So since we're gonna have the break-in service done next week, we don't need any of these stickers on here telling you what mileage you can go to or what RPM levels or anything like that. So we're actually gonna peel off all of these stickers so that it looks a lot more clean. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, so let's show you the finished product with everything that we did today. We'll show you the lights. So low beam. Running lights white, and then high beam is also white. LED looks really, really nice. And then we also removed the reflectors down here, put in new hardware that all matches and looks really, really nice. New windscreen.
Driving light.
Yeah, the driving light. Yeah, the bright white driving light. Windscreen, SR series, zero gravity, light smoke so people can still see through it when they're ripping around the track. And then we actually, if you come over here, teens, we removed all those stickers on here because, like I said, we're gonna have this bike broken in for you guys anyway. So the new owner's not gonna have to worry about any of that. Also, I have got mirror block-offs coming, turn signals, bar ends, levers, flush mount, turn signals. So once all that stuff comes in, we'll be putting it on as it comes in. We also might do some rear sets in the next episode. There's a lot coming. So again, if you want to be a part of the series, head on over to patreon.com/Campisi Customs. Once we're done with this bike, we're going to be giving the bike away to one of you guys. And I hope you're super excited. This thing is going to be a beauty when we are finished. So hit that like button if you enjoy, subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.